As unhinged as ever, we join the Prince and the King of Cosmos once again to roll up just about anything and everything in sight, and then some. This time around, we're tasked with fulfilling the wishes of the people and creatures of Earth, with the ultimate goal of rolling up the sun with the solar system. Yep, checks out. The original We Love Katamari released in 2005, 20 years ago, by the way, trust me, I feel it in my back. And this game, We Love Katamari Reroll, is a kind of remaster, maybe slight remake of that game. So how much did I enjoy it? Let's see. I reviewed the first game, Katamari Damacy Reroll, originally as part of a bulk review back in the day when I thought that was a good idea to do. Not that I think it's a bad idea now, but it's certainly not something I want to do back to back, you know what I'm saying? I very much prefer my current upload cadence. Anyway, I never played a game like Katamari Damacy, but I really enjoyed that game and its wacky sense of humor. This game is no different, and often had me snickering and chuckling almost constantly. Functionally, it's not too different from the first game, but it's been so long since I played it that I don't really recall if any of the air quotes new controls, like the quick turn for example, is actually new, or if I just never used it in the first game. Either way, it was a lot of fun making use of it, as well as the typical gameplay structure you expect from games like these. The general flow of the game is speaking with a character, hearing their plight, speaking with the King of Cosmos, him saying, nah, we ain't doing all that. Then the quest giver gives compliments to him or says something that catches his ear. Then he's all like, yeah, we're doing that. From there, I'm sorry for the voice. From there, your task is to either roll up everything in sight to a specific size before the timer runs out, or only roll up specific objects and or people to fulfill, I spelled fulfill wrong in my script here, a specific objective. For example, there was a case where I needed to roll up a sumo wrestler with a bunch of food and objects and people to make him bigger so he, I'm sorry. It's absurd. I'm sorry. So he could take down his rival. Considering how much I'm laughing in this video, you can tell just how much I enjoyed the off-the-wall stuff in this game. In another case, I needed to roll up a bunch of objects in a burning Katamari to light a stack of wood for a bonfire. Rolling into the river would fail the mission because, as the game would put it, of course, the fire will go out if it gets wet. That's only logical. I just rolled up a whale and a tiger in the middle of their game of shogi. Since when does this franchise care about logic? I'm sorry. You could just hear it in my voice how many times I had to redo that part because I just forget, right, of course, now it cares about logic. Anyway, you get my point. Personally, I prefer the looser objectives to the more specific ones in this game because while I commend the specific objectives for forcing me to be thoughtful of what I roll up, this game has a tendency to awaken the loot goblin in me. So telling me to only roll up a bunch of sushi rolls and nothing else is like telling me not to pick up my 37th ammo clip for a gun that I don't even own in Project Zomboid. It just ain't gonna happen. And I'll find some way to walk out of the shop with it. For legal reasons, I do not condone shoplifting. Unless it's the zombie apocalypse, then by all means, just take it. It's not stealing at that point. Everyone is dead. It's free real estate. As usual, the game has a very fun and bouncy soundtrack, with the exception of when you fail a mission, and it gets really ominous and kind of scary, frankly. You can switch the BGM while accepting a quest if you'd like to hear something different while you're rolling up your 50th cat for the world's biggest hairball. Speaking of variety, there isn't much, at least when it comes to the maps that you'll visit. A lot of the maps from the first game reappear here, and And again, it's been a while since I've played Katamari Damacy Reroll, but some of the maps here, I'm just like, okay, this is just the same map from the other game. Now, the good news is that as you progress through the game, the maps do become, air quotes, larger, meaning the Katamari just gets bigger, so you have a whole new scale to work with. But even then, you still know that these are still the same locations you've been to before. So I don't really know how to take this. I kind of just want to be like, I want to ding it for reuse, but I also want to be like, but it's still fun though. So just take this as your feelings on this will vary. Take it that way. For mine, I'm conflicted. Now, mind you, not all of the maps are reused from the first game, but it's just enough for me to notice. Now, what is new to this game are the flashback cutscenes and missions that have you playing and viewing a young King of Cosmos as his father strictly ordered him around to fulfill different tasks. So you get some King of Cosmos lore in this game, which is pretty cool. Speaking of family members, you'll also find a bunch of different cousins in this game that you can roll up during different levels. This makes them playable if you're sick of seeing the prince in the bottom right corner of your screen. If you're playing multiplayer, because the game does have multiplayer, you can play with another person. I'd imagine that the other player can also pick whoever they want to use as well. I can't speak on the multiplayer though, because I played this game solo, but I can only assume it'd be a chaotic blast. So while I've sung a lot of the game's praises, real quick, I just want to mention some things that rub me the wrong way. They aren't major, but I want to mention them anyway. Mind your volume settings when playing this game because the opening movie is very loud, or at least it was for me. Even when you turn it down in-game, it'll still play on its own volume setting. It might just, I don't know what it is about that kind of thing. I used to think it was just limited to it being an old game like a lot of old games are, but this is a remake or remaster. So you would think there'd be an option to turn that down besides going to your Windows options, or whatever system you're playing this on's options. I don't know. Anyway, on another note, when you fail a mission and you know darn well you did, it's amusing to just see the King of Cosmos and the quest giver lay into the prince, well, us, for being incompetent. But if you're failing a lot for whatever reason, like I was earlier with the fire in the river, you can't skip the part where you're getting beamed by the King of Cosmos. You have to let your failure dance play out. I really wish you could skip that. That's all I'm really trying to say there. See, overall, very minor things. We Love Katamari Reroll is a really fun game that I'd recommend to anybody looking for a short 5 to 6 hour, on average if you're just beelining it, long game with a lot of personality and laughs. We Love Katamari Reroll gets a go for it from me and is available on most modern machines for $30. I raised an eyebrow at the price for a moment, but this game, at least in my mind, definitely has enough replay value to justify that price in my opinion. But if you wanted to play it on the safe side, you can get it for $15 if you can find it on sale. With all of that said, I hope you all have enjoyed your stay. I'm TUSDarryl, and I'll catch you all later.